When measurement replaces meaning. Most systems don't start out broken. They start out trying to improve. Someone notices friction, confusion, inconsistency, and they ask a reasonable question. How do we know this is working? So a measurement is created. At first, it's helpful. It gives shape to something vague. It offers reassurance. It makes progress feel visible. And for a while, it works. But quietly, almost imperceptibly, something begins to change. Not because anyone intended it, not because anyone made a bad decision. It changes because systems respond to attention. Measurement is meant to reflect reality, but over time, reality begins to bend toward the measurement. What gets tracked gets attention. What gets attention gets resources. What gets resources becomes the priority, whether or not it still represents the original goal. No meeting announces this shift. No memo explains it. It just settles in. People adjust their behavior slightly, then again, then a little more. Not because they're dishonest, not because they stopped caring, but because systems reward alignment with metrics, not alignment with meaning. At first, the numbers improve. That feels like success. Then the work starts to feel different, less intuitive, more procedural. People begin asking quieter questions. What actually counts? What gets noticed? What gets ignored? And slowly, behavior reorganizes itself around what is measured, not what matters. Outcomes drift, but they drift slowly. So slowly that no one can point to a single moment when something broke. There's no failure, no collapse, just a gradual narrowing of focus. This is the quiet danger of measurement. The metric was never supposed to be the goal. It was supposed to describe the goal. But once success is defined numerically, numbers become the language of legitimacy. Decisions are justified by charts. Concerns are dismissed because the data looks fine. Questions that can't be quantified slowly disappear. The system still functions. In fact, it often looks efficient. But efficiency is not the same thing as effectiveness, and neither is the same as meaning. From the outside, everything appears healthy, right up until it isn't. This is why people feel busy but ineffective. Why motion replaces progress. Why activity increases while impact quietly declines. It's why teams hit targets but miss the point. Why organizations grow while trust erodes. Why individuals feel pressure without clarity. The system isn't malfunctioning. It's doing exactly what it was tuned to do. Once meaning has been replaced by measurement, correction becomes difficult. Not because people don't care, but because the system no longer recognizes what caring looks like. Feedback arrives late, if it arrives at all. Signals that don't map cleanly to metrics are treated as noise. Warnings are reframed as resistance. And the more successful the numbers appear, the harder it becomes to question them. Measurement is not the problem. Replacing meaning with measurement is. Systems drift not when people stop paying attention, but when attention becomes too narrow. By the time someone notices something feels off, behavior has already adapted. Incentives are already set. Patterns are already reinforced. And unwinding that shift takes more than new metrics. It takes remembering what the measurement was meant to serve in the first place.